Hey guys.
Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Your voice just sounds like so smooth and so nice and like goes so perfectly with like a cup of coffee. I don't know.
Oh, thank you.
Just throwing that out there. And your voice, I'm sure, is nice too.
Yeah, he can actually sing.
Yeah?
Yeah, he can actually sing.
That guitar is pretty amazing, by the way. Looks like something out of like Martin Scorsese's Hugo. I just want to...
Yeah.
Right?
It's made in Prague by a wonderful company called Alma, made by a guy named Franta Javorek, and they made this custom for me.
That's awesome.
Heavy metal.
That's his name right here.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So those two songs sounded great, and I know you have a new album coming out. So let's talk about the two songs first, and then just talk to me about the process for the album. I know there's some covers on there, so tell me about it.
So I wrote the first song, Dark Cloud, that we performed today a while back. It was something that happened, and it reminded me how, you know, when something happens in your life that's very surprisingly, you know, negative and heavy, how it sort of follows you around wherever you go, no matter what you do. And the feeling was like a dark cloud, you know, always covering, you know, everything else that was going on. So it was inspired by a tragic event that happened, and actually singing about it, it sort of it takes away the darkness. Honestly, that's one of the reasons why I write music sometimes. Is really to take away the sadness, or to take away something that is just sort of hovering over me. And the second song, Dawn, on a much happier note, was written for my son. I remember just, you know, holding him in my arms. One morning I was alone at home, and I was just overwhelmed with this love for him, you know, that I sat down when he fell asleep, and I just wrote this lyric that I later put to music and recorded with Doug in 2010. And basically we recorded everything at Doug's home studio in his inside his apartment by Yankee Stadium, and just, you know, had a great time recording it, and you know, hanging out, drinking espressos, and
Nice.
you know, exchanging musical ideas. So I'm very happy to have been able to work with Doug on this particular project.
And when is the album coming out?
The album is coming out end of this month.
Okay.
And the tour is supporting the whole coming out of the album. We've already done a few previews around New York City. We've done a couple of shows, like at Bar Next Door and some other jazz venues around the city, where we just sort of showed snippets of the project that we recorded. So once it comes out, of course, we'll do shows that are, you know, strictly oriented with the new material.
And you know, the album's a nice mix of covers and, you know, original stuff. How did you decide on the covers? Because you have like some really unique covers, and like you did Guns N' Roses and The Police, and you were telling me before I clicked record on here about a Bob Dylan gospel song.
Yeah.
How do you just come up with that and just be like, okay, I'm going to cover these?
Well, because, you know, the first two albums that I did were so, you know, really straight ahead jazz records. And I felt for this third album, I felt like it didn't really have to be in any kind of category, especially because I was working with Doug, who's a prolific jazz guitarist and blues guitarist, but he also has an ear for, you know, many other styles and is open to many other styles. So I think the collaboration inspired me to do this more open repertoire, so to speak. You know, just to do songs that I like just for the sake of liking them, not because they're any particular genre. And also songs that I grew up with, like, you know, Sweet Child of Mine was a song that my cousin and I used to listen to when, you know, I was 12 and he was 10, you know. So just things that were emotionally sort of already intertwined in my brain, you know, since when I was a kid. I just wanted to do something that was very, very personal.
But you made it your own, which is cool too. Like, you didn't really try to...
Thank you. I mean,
to literally just kind of copycat it. You really, like, you know, turned it into, I don't know, like a jazzy rock song, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, well, with Doug's help, of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I know that, like, Sheryl Crow a few years ago, probably 10 years ago now, like, covered Sweet Child, and
Yeah.
you know.
I didn't hear it. I mean, I'm sure when I looked, you know, in the discography, I saw so many covers of it. I had no idea, but I don't think anybody ever did a jazz cover of Sweet Child of Mine.
No.
It's such a good song. It's a really great lyric, and those things stand up over time, you know.
Yeah, totally. So, talk to me specifically about the tour. I know you're heading to Europe at the end of the month.
Yes, we're leaving on the 20th of October.
Okay.
In a few weeks, really, less than 2 weeks. We're leaving. So we're doing a tour in the southeastern region of Europe. We're hitting a few jazz festivals and some concert halls there. And hopefully again in the winter we're talking about a possibility of a German tour also. So you know, just reaching out to different sections of Europe at a time and see what happens.
Now, I know that your husband's I know your husband, but he's
Yes.
a skilled musician too. Do you ever
Yes.
feel like you're cheating on him when you're playing with Doug? Cause,
No.
you know, he's a guitarist, he wears a hat, you know, he's got facial hair, I don't know. Like he could be his stunt double maybe, I don't know.
Well, yeah, it's such a different style of playing. I mean, I look at it from a musical standpoint. I guess they look alike. I never thought of it before. But
They don't, I'm just being a ball buster, that's all.
But you know, I met Doug in 2008, I think, and we did a couple of shows together with some sessions, really, just trying to get to know each other musically, and we hit it off right away. And I really, I'm a huge fan of anything that he does. You know, whether it be a straight ahead jazz record or singer-songwriter stuff that he does, or you know, writing music for you know, Ken Burns' film, which he has done. So you know, anything that he does, I usually really dig. So it's easy to work with him. You know, it's easy to work with somebody that you like whatever they do.
Sure.
So.
Yeah.
And thankfully, me and Riley really get along. So
yeah.
And we love playing together too. It's like you know, we have like we have our own like musical relationships. It's really great.
Yeah.
You know.
Do you think Ken Burns is totally unrelated? Has it within his power to make a movie that's not 10 parts? Like I'm just curious.
Actually, the film that I did was just a 2-hour feature documentary called The Central Park Five. He did it with his daughter, and it was just 2 hours. But we're about to start on Vietnam, which is 7-part, 14 hours. So yeah, I don't think I think he does tend towards the long.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah. I mean, I'm long-winded, but no, I'm just kidding. No, he's talented. I want his career. Well, good luck, guys. Thank you so much for coming by.
Thank you so much.
You.